Either way, it's highly unlikely that the A's would move before 2018. The plan will be presented to the full board later this month. It will also come with the authority to fire or demote members of the police department. If convicted, that man could face the death penalty. Oscar Grant was shot and killed at this BART station on that platform behind me. This is still a developing situation. In fact, in a few seconds, you'll hear that loudspeaker behind me. That is campus police letting students know that the campus is indeed closed. If you look over my shoulder, you can see that there's a car blocking Sather Gate. Only essential personnel are allowed on campus. UC officials are now investigating if today's explosion is related to copper theft. This is what we know. About 4:30 this afternoon, there was a power outage on campus. 2 hours later, while maintenance workers were restoring the power to the campus, there was an explosion. Now, that explosion caused a massive power outage across campus. There were minor injuries, and one person required medical attention and was transported to an area hospital. Right now, there are 20 people trapped in elevators. All of them have been located, and crews are working to free them. I understand that those two employees were hit near North Main and Jones. We have also heard from a BART employee that the two killed were non-union employees, suggesting that they may have been management. Grace Kruniken just arrived to the scene. She is getting information, and she will confirm that information and update us with the latest. But right now, I want you to look over my shoulder and see the train involved in that accident. The two BART workers may have been performing maintenance on the tracks between the Walnut Creek and Pleasant Hill stations when the accident happened just after 1 p.m. Now, officials on the scene have not identified their names, ages, or gender, but did confirm to me that both were hit by an eastbound train. When we arrived on the location, we could see BART police securing the scene and getting information from witnesses. When officers arrived on the scene, the dogs turned from the people they were attacking and charged at the officers. The officers fired 4 shots, killing one of those dogs here at the scene. The second dog ran away. They were able to capture that dog. That dog has been captured. He has been quarantined. They are checking to see if either of those dogs had any type of rabies. All 4 people who were bitten by those dogs have been transported to area hospitals. The threat has been eliminated. Again, we have 4 people who were bitten by dogs. They don't know the owners of those dogs, and they don't know where those dogs came from. In Antioch, Nick Smith, ABC 7 News.
I'm done with this. This is a glorified PR seminar.
Today, teachers and students sounded off. They're angry about the university's plan to hit their budget goals by slashing classes and cutting jobs. Because when voters approved Prop 30 last year, it was supposed to put an end to cuts at the state university.
And one of the goals of the president was to return to a balanced baseline budget.
An on-campus meeting was held today to outline the situation. Class offerings would be slashed to deal with a budget deficit of about $3.8 million. The provost argues the move is actually a routine adjustment and should not be really seen as a cut. But many in the room weren't buying that.
Nobody knows that they could be signing up for classes that are gone in spring.
Classes that will not exist.
Classes that will not exist.
We asked very straightforward questions, and we didn't quite hear straightforward answers.
Professor Rucker says he and his students were caught off guard by the university's plan.
Numbers are fine. We'll work with you on that. But how about asking us, how does this affect people?
That's a question the provost was asked repeatedly in the meeting. She didn't answer it for her staff and students, and she wouldn't answer it for me either.
But they won't give me any answers. I want to talk to who decided to cut the courses rather than cut the funding for the student union being rebuilt and all the construction.
The budget cuts will be system-wide, and the university isn't saying how many classes they plan to slash. Caught in the middle will be professors who may see some of their colleagues lose their jobs and students sign up for classes that the university may later decide to cut. At San Jose State University, Nick Smith, ABC 7 News.